What's up, YouTubers and OBS Ninja fans? Wait, I'm not sure the hair goes with OBS Ninja, but let's just go with it. Are you looking for a way to integrate a Stream Deck with OBS Ninja? Then you're gonna want to stick around for this tutorial. In the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you how to set this up in a few easy steps. Imagine using this functionality with OBS Ninja conferencing or during your live stream. So how easy is it? Maybe I want to mute myself. Or how about I'll turn off the video so I can finish eating my lunch that I've missed with all the other consecutive meetings I've had throughout the day. If you want to see more around OBS Ninja, don't forget to smash that like, hit subscribe, and ring that damn bell. Let's get started. Now, this works with all Stream Deck devices. Here I have a 15-button Stream Deck that we're going to go ahead and configure. On the screen, you see that I have a new profile loaded. I also have OBS Ninja set up in the background, but we're not going to get to that yet. We have a couple of things we need to do before we can actually integrate it with OBS Ninja. The first thing is we need to set up our IAC driver within Mac. And that's very simple to do after you figure out where it's located and through some testing. Let's bring up our Mac search and search for audio. And what comes up is the MIDI setup. Hit enter. And now what you see here is the audio devices that are available, but we're not going to do any configuration on this screen. I want you to come over to the menu bar underneath Window and select Show MIDI Studio. Within the MIDI Studio, you're going to see the IAC driver. Double click on that. Up pops the IAC driver properties. Now we're only going to make one change on this tab, but we're going to take additional changes within the ports. Make sure you have the devices online checked. After that, come to ports. And right here in your screen, you might see one that says bus space 1. I've changed mine to an actual name, so when I search for the virtual port or I call it up, I know what I'm using it specifically for. You can add additional ports below, but for now, I just double clicked on it and I changed it to Stream Deck. After you're done, go ahead and click that apply and close out of the windows because we're done with the IAC driver properties. Now our next step is configuring our Stream Deck to work with the MIDI plugin. If you go up and you open your configuration for Stream Deck, you have what you see on the screen. Now I have the MIDI plugin already installed, but I'm gonna show you how to install that one. You click on More Actions. We're gonna search for MIDI. And there's only one option right here, and you wanna click Install. After you have installed, down here you have additional options. For this tutorial only, we're gonna work with the MIDI note. First thing I'm gonna do is drag and drop this MIDI note into here. And I'm actually going to fill up probably about 7 of these, and you can fill them all now, but I'm going to show you how to do one. And then it's repetitive for each and every step that we do, but we're just going to change one of the MIDI note values. The first one that I'm going to configure for this is the mute button. And the reason is, I think this is going to be used a lot more as a guest, is that you want to mute your own audio so you don't come across, and you don't have to click the button back and forth. For the title, just going to utilize mute. Now, wait a second. You're saying, John, I don't know what the MIDI channel is. I don't know what the MIDI note value is, the velocity, note behavior. I don't know how to configure any of this. Well, guess what? I didn't either. And I'm going to show you how to actually find out this information. Don't forget, I will drop all the descriptions below here in the video. The first one is the V16 OBS Ninja release notes that are able, and you can find those out on Git. The section that we're going to look at right here is the MIDI 1 value. After that, I'll walk you through how to do some of the additional setup. Now, MIDI channel 1 is the value that we're taking from the version 16 release notes and the MIDI parameter. Back on the actual release notes, you're going to notice it says MIDI equals 1 right here. So we're going to take that as MIDI equals 1 or channel 1. And then this is channel 2, 3, and there's additional ones, but we're only going to work with the 1. Now, what about the note value? How do I figure out the note value? If I'm looking at the value here, it says note A3. I can't type A3 in here. I can only type the value of 3. Well, there's an awesome website out there that corresponds to the notes and a numeric value that you can enter in here. Let's take a look at that website, and I will drop it in the description below. Here's the website, and if we want to find the value of A3, which corresponds back to the channel 1 and the release notes there for OBS Ninja, I'm going to find the value of searching for A3. The value of A3 comes over to the first column, that's 57. So here is your numeric value for the button. Now that we have the numeric value, let's add that to the Stream Deck configuration for the button and see what else we need to take care of. Now let's enter 57 in here. And before we go ahead and close this out, if you look down below, there's a little setup button. You want to expand that one and take a look. The virtual port name says Stream Deck. If you remember in the beginning of this, the IAC driver that we configured for the port said bus 1, but we renamed it to Stream Deck. And now we're going to put it in here. And how this really all works together is we're going to open up OBS.Ninja with the MIDI equals 1 parameter for the one channel 1 that's going to talk to the IAC driver that's ultimately going to talk to the virtual port of Stream Deck, and that's how it's all going to come together for the Stream Deck to work. Okay. This has been a tutorial specifically around OBS.Ninja, but we haven't even gotten to OBS.Ninja yet. Well, guess what? Now's the time. Let's bring up the OBS.Ninja and start a group chat. Now that I have OBS.Ninja Director open, before I click and copy that link, I want to change the customization because I want to show you how to display the hand. We're going to configure 7 of those Stream Deck buttons according to the release notes, and display hand is one of those. Clicking on the display hand option, I copy that URL, and I'm going to open a new tab and add the and MIDI equals 1 parameter. Let's join this. Okay, now is the moment of truth here to see if the Stream Deck will communicate correctly with the OBS.Ninja and my IAC driver. You ready to press that button to see if it hits mute? Don't forget to look down below. You can see that my icon is going green. Let's see if that mute button works. Bam! Right there it works. That was very quick, easy, and simple. Let's do a couple of the other buttons, or at least walk you through and see how they work and configure those. Now, I'm going to switch back to the director so I can show you some of the raised hand functionality that's going to work with the Stream Deck. Now, let's open up our configured Stream Deck once more and see how we can add some of the other buttons that are available to us. Some of the other ones that I'd like to add that are on the release notes will be the toggle the chat, video output, screen share, raise the hand, and the last one we're going to test out that hang up button. So opening up our Stream Deck configuration and going back to the director, I have another profile already loaded with all these buttons configured just for the interest of saving time. Drop this down here to my other OBS.Ninja configuration. I have my mute. Notice that the value is 57. Chat, the value is 55. Video, the value is 59. Turn on that screen share with the value of 60. I want to raise that hand at 64. I want to record my session, and you have that at the full ability right there at the fingertips, and then at 65, hang up at 62. Let's take a look at these to see if they all work. Are you ready? All right. So coming back to my room here, what were some of the other values? We have chat. Oh, chat works, no problem at all. Next one, our video. Sorry. All right, now what about the screen share option? There we go, I can select the screen share, whatever I want to do. What about raise my hand? Notice I have a raise my hand. That's yellow there. Does it show up in the director? Yep, guest raised their hand. I'll put my hand down. All right, can we record? There it goes. And the last one is the hang up button. But before I click that, if you want to see more videos around YouTube, OBS.Ninja, don't forget to smash that like, hit subscribe, and also ring that damn bell. Hopefully this works. And until next time, see ya.